It's the theme running through my CD, Connections. The Clue is the name of my first poem, a lyric. I wrote the melody and I sing it. This is a clue, a ball of string. It reminds us of the ancient Greek story about Ariadne, who held on to this end and gave the ball to the hero Theseus to unravel when he dared go into the heart of the maze to kill the monster that was terrifying everybody. She knew he wouldn't find his way out of that horrible labyrinth unless he had a thread to wind up and get safely back to her. The story of the maze and the ball of string is so relevant today. Soldiers, returning from the horrors of war, can only fit into normal life again because their loved ones hold the clue, the link to their true identity. I recorded this song in 1986. With composer Peter Stacey playing piano accompaniment. What I find wonderful about the latest technology is that my colleague Philip Goss has been able to restore and digitise the material, and I've asked him to contribute further tracks. I didn't have enough recording time back then, but now his bass guitar, percussion and additional piano have given it the instrumental richness I think it needed. I work by contrasts. Next comes a popular poem of mine, 100 Field Names of Oxfordshire. In this CD version, I speak it with electronic effects to give the idea of multiple voices. It consists of intriguing names, some of them centuries old, telling about the land. To me, these names are poems in miniature. Coney Corner is where rabbits live. Pest House is a plague pit, from French, la peste. The names I choose are grouped into 10 verses and performed by large numbers of voices, sometimes en masse, sometimes single voices sequentially, outdoors in the countryside. This was recorded by BBC Radio 4 under a walnut tree in the Cotswold town of Burford in 1997. And broadcast in a programme about our heritage of field names. I wrote 40 to mark the 40th anniversary of the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. I know some argue it was instrumental in ending World War II, but at a horrific price. People close to the blast were totally vaporised, leaving only shadow-like traces behind. For the 1986 reissue on this CD, I've asked Philip to add the final notes representing the trumpet of justice. I was so angry about the disaster at Chernobyl. The immediate aftermath caused not only fatal cancers in those within a certain radius, but the winds blew the contamination far and wide, globally. For instance, grass became radioactive here in Britain, a big problem for farmers. Peter Stacey provided a powerful wailing on his bagpipes, which intensifies my lament. However, I believe now that hope is the radiant quality that will lead humanity to transcend threats to our survival. So I achieve a restoration of pastoral calm with a coda, a bass line leading from the bagpipes, and my benign voice track, culminating in my choice of a lark ascending that ends the poem. symbol of our rising spirit, meeting whatever challenges we have to face. This is part of the international movement of sound poetry. Every time we hear people speaking in a language we don't understand, we're hearing sound patterns and rhythms. This is the essence of sound poetry. All babies, as they grow to children, are sound poets, experimenting with a repertoire of language, endlessly imitating what they hear, till they assemble the fragments into precise communication, language. Sound poets make us conscious of the enormous range of sounds we make in our desire to communicate.